Good morning and welcome to Around the World in 274 Days. And this morning we're in Oslo, Norway. We had a beautiful sail in up the fjord, and I've got a short video. We're going to talk about a Nazi battle cruiser that was attacked and sunk in the fjord. So that'll be on another short little video. I'll probably reference that in the information box. But we're going to walk around the town, and one of the things we're going to see is the Kon-Tiki, the raft that sailed around the Pacific Ocean. And I saw that when I was like 17 years old when I was here. Would have been, what, 1973, something like that. So it should be a fun day. Oslo is another beautiful Scandinavian city, and particularly around the waterfront, it's very modern. Beautiful buildings. This little astronaut was an interesting display, particularly the bird sitting on its head. I think it had some type of meaning. Always love the street musicians. Oslo, which is the capital of Norway, is a beautiful city that has lots of fountains, lots of artwork and sculptures scattered throughout the city. It just makes it kind of a fun place to spend an afternoon walking through. This wooden statue or carving of a boy has the theme of "The weather's never bad, you're just badly dressed." These two trolls were interesting characters. This relief art was on the corner of a building. You see a very wealthy man kind of arm in arm with a wealthy woman, but you go around the corner, and whose hand is the wealthy woman holding? The working class man. In 1892, a Norwegian explorer named Jansen built a ship called the Fram to reach the North Pole. His adventures took him almost to the North Pole, and his idea was that he would get a ship stuck on the ice, and the ice itself would slowly drift him to the North Pole. The ship was designed to pop up on top of the ice when it collided with each other instead of crushing it. And he got close. It looked like he wasn't going to make it, so he set out on foot to get to the North Pole. Then he realized that the ice was drifting faster than he could walk. He eventually got to an island in Canada and made his way back to Norway to find out that the crew he left on the ship, the Fram, they popped out of the ice eventually as well, but they had drifted closer to the North Pole than he had gotten. This ship also took an expedition down to the South Pole, so it's one of the few, if only, old sailing vessels that operated in both the North Pole and the South Pole area. And it is preserved in this museum in Oslo, Norway. The ship was designed and outfitted to allow 18 to 20 men to survive 5 years on board the ship. It carried that much supplies. There's the engine. Old diesel.
Originally, Lance imposed a no smoking rule everywhere on the deck except in the galley. which became an attractive meeting place,
pretty
as
cool.
most of the crew at that time smoked pipes. This room was discarded after Nansen himself began smoking during the first Christmas. On the
This was the Central Electrical Control Center. $97 dogs. That would smell wonderful. Non-stop yapping. The Fram is a three-masted schooner with a total length of 127 feet and a width of 36 feet. The ship is both unusually wide and unusually shallow in order to better withstand the forces of the pressing ice. A disadvantage of this design is that it tends to roll more than most ships in heavy seas. The Fram was built with an outer layer of green heartwood to withstand the ice and with almost no keel to handle the shallow waters Nansen is expected to encounter. The rudder and the propeller were designed to be retracted. The ship was also carefully insulated to allow the crew to live on board for up to 5 years. The ship also had a windmill which generated electrical power for lighting the electrical arc lamps inside the ship. The name Fram means forward in Norwegian, and that's a good name for a ship that's gone to both ends of the world. Forward. In this model mock-up, you can see how the ice pushes the Fram up on top of the ice and allows it to sit on the ice shelf and slowly drift with it without crushing the ship. Right next to the Fram Museum is the Kon-Tiki Museum. In 1947, Thor Heyerdahl, another Norwegian explorer and scientist, crossed the Pacific Ocean on a homemade raft called the Kon-Tiki. The raft was, or the purpose of this was to prove that indigenous people from South America could have sailed to and populated the Polynesian islands. The trip began on April 28, 1947. Heyerdahl and 5 companions sailed the raft for 101 days, over 43,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean before landing on a reef in the Polynesian Islands on August 7th, 1947. The whole crew made it safely and all returned. Heyerdahl's aim in mounting the Kon-Tiki Expedition was to show, by using only the materials and technologies available to those people at the time, that there were no technical reasons to prevent them from doing so. Although the expedition carried some modern equipment such as radios, watches, and charts, Thor argued that they were incidental to the purpose in proving that the raft itself could make the journey. Later, more scientific theories have disproved Thor's theory that the people from South America actually were the first, or could have traveled to French Polynesia. So that ended our day in Oslo. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Around the World in 274 Days. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.